Hi everyone. I'm actually here with a new testimony. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this today. I'm feeling a little under the weather. Sinuses are an allergy season, so yeah, I'm here, and I want to be here today because I want to actually talk about something that affects everybody. This affects everyone, not just me, but it affects you. It might affect your family or your friends or your relatives or extended family or anybody that you're really close to. And a lot of it is about self-esteem, self-awareness. A lot of things are going on in this world. A lot. And I'm not here to preach anything. I'm not going to sound preachy, but I want to just talk about this because I feel I feel that it's important to talk about it. And I'm not going to run it into the ground a lot either, but I'm going to, always remind folks it's okay to feel like a hot mess. I'm learning more to use that word, hot mess. I used to use it at one time, and then I stopped using it. But it's really true. We all have those moments and we have those days where we just do not feel like ourselves. I'm not feeling the greatest today, but I'm happy to be alive. And that's a very beautiful thing to look at it in that way or in that perspective. And I I've had experiences like this before in the past because I used to work in retail. But if you are in a job that you just do not like and you are forced or have to work in a job like fast food or retail, and you go to work with a bad attitude, people are going to see that. And then that leaves you with the impression that that person just does not want to be there or just doesn't like their job. Well, I'm not the kind of person who sits around, complains, and whines about every farting thing. So, um, basically, what I'm getting at is the fact that you are in this world for a reason. If you are really good at something and you're passionate for something, you go after that. You chase that dream. Make that dream a reality because that might be the only thing that you have. And if someone is not if they're not supportive, if someone that or love is not supportive, it's almost like you want to give up. I'm just here to remind you not to give up on that. Um, it's a harsh reality as well. We have to remember it's a harsh reality. We're gonna have those stumbles and we're gonna fall and we're gonna not want to get back up again. But the truth is, if you are so passionate and you love something with all your heart and you know you're good at it, you keep working at it and you make something out of yourself. And I was like that once. I was so like that. And I was always drivenly determined to make something of myself. I didn't know where and how, but when I got into doing online work in 1998, at the time, we did not have Facebook. We did not have Instagram. We did not have Twitter. We did not have Snapchat, which I can't stand. I think that's just frivolous time spent. It really is. And there's certain other apps online that I've tried and got away from them because I just didn't like them. And so we had message boards in 1998. I was on message boards talking with other fans of artists, and these weren't country artists. These were more in the pop sector, like NSYNC and Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson. Uh, I think there was some Jennifer Lopez. message boards at one time that I kind of got into a little bit. But yeah, that's where I did a lot of the interacting with other fans. And yeah, and I'm a fan. Yeah, I just don't like to use the word fan. I don't know. Just call me crazy. Yeah, I can be crazy. Those closest to me know I am. But yeah, that's where my passion always was. It was in entertainment, in music, and writing. And I just did not know how to channel that. Um, so that's where I channeled it on these message boards. And I really wanted to do something like that. You know, I wanted to be in the entertainment industry so much. And I just did not know how to go about that. That was my release. That was my way of coping with my life and the things that I was dealing with at the time. Because I went through a really bad depression. And so, yeah, if you are in a job that you know you have to do and have to make a living, you're doing it because you were either forced to do it or you have no choice because you have to make money. And that's understandable. We all have to have that. But if you are stuck in a job that you know that you can get yourself out of, then I would say, yeah, go ahead and do that. But you also need experience because for me, I was in retail, I was in fast food, and fast food is a very fast-paced environment, and you're constantly around the public. Well, you are in retail as well, so a lot of jobs you're involved with a team, and you're working with someone, and you might not like them, or they might not like you, or vice versa, or whatever. And you're just not sure how to get through it. So you put up a wall, you put up that barrier and those boundaries. And I was like that once. And in some ways, I'm still like this. But I had a lot of other things affecting me in my life because I was surrounded by a lot of drama, family drama especially. And that's really toxic on a person. That could be very toxic. It can really weigh on you mentally, physically, and emotionally, even spiritually. And I remember having a nervous breakdown. And I know a lot of people go through this, especially if you are someone who puts a lot of expectations on yourself to do good and to make sure everything is done the way it's supposed to be done. And then you might have a boss who says, oh, I think you can do that better. Well, that's even more expectations put on you. That is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. So a lot of that self-esteem is either instilled in you as a child or as a teenager, or maybe you were raised in a home that just didn't have a whole lot of love or a lot of support, but you know that you are loved. And I'm not going to talk about me. I'm talking about you today. But I'm also saying some things about me because maybe you can relate to this in some way or another. There are people who I've been around that were so toxic that kept pushing me down and just, I mean, I was almost like trying to, dig me into a hole that I just couldn't get myself out of. So I always had to defend myself. I always had to stand up for what I believed in. So I was constantly butting heads with people in the workplace. And it really got to the point where that I was internalizing so much of that I got sick. And sick, like physically, mentally, and emotionally ill. And it led to some things that I went through. And I just didn't know how to get myself back to where I was. And we're all going to face this in our lives. And what I can tell you is that it is okay. You're going to have those hot mess days. You're going to be fine. So no matter where you are, what you do, how you do it, just always believe that there's something better out there for you. There is. It takes time to find that meaningful purpose, but it does come, and it's hard, and it's difficult, and you're going to fight that a lot. But your self-esteem is so important, because when you start feeling overwhelmed, you have to back off. You have to back off. You have to take that time for yourself. And that's very important to have a healthy life. And yeah, like I said, we're all going to have those days where we just don't want to get up and go to work, or just sleep all day, or, not do anything. You don't feel motivated enough to do something, but you try to push yourself through it. There's a greater purpose in your life, folks. There really is. And it's hard. I know. It's very hard. I was there once. It's not easy. We're all going to go through those adversities, and fight with people, and be that rough around the edges type of person who wants to carry up that attitude. That's not the attitude to have, because it comes back on someone else, pointing a finger or blaming someone, or maybe you're not blaming someone, maybe you're blaming yourself. No matter where you're at, in your life, you're going to go through that. I went through that. I still go through that. We all go through it. It's just life. But when you start feeling more like your true, authentic self, then nothing is pushed to the back anymore. You can actually start living. And I remember seeing something recently in my blog that I released. It's called One Voice. If you can make an impact in one life, then you're doing your job at what you love to do. Having that personal connection, being that support to somebody, inspiring someone, making someone smile or laugh, that is so contagious. You want to be around people who are like that. You don't want to be around toxic people. You don't want to be around people who are going to put you down and treat you nasty, or degrade you, or discriminate against you. You want to be around happy, smiling people. And not everybody is like that all the time either. So, yes, this is my driving purpose. This is why I'm here. This is who I am as a human being. I went through my pitfalls, and I came back to my journey. My journey is with you, and you're following that with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that every day of my life, because I know I'm meant to do this. Writing is my life. Connecting with you is even better, and it's great feeling for me to connect with you on that level. And I hope you do take something away from these episodes. We're into episode 10. We're halfway through season 3 of My True Colors. This is who I am as a human being. This is all me, folks. The real, unfiltered me. So you'll always know where to find me. I let you know it at the end of every episode. Hopefully I do. The Real Shellie Palmer on Facebook, @_Shellie_Palmer on Twitter, Shellie Palmer on Instagram. My official website, therealshelliepalmer.org. And yeah, stay tuned, because there's going to be more episodes, folks, before this season is over. And yes, I will be talking more about things that are uplifting, and just want to encourage you and help you find your way in life, because we all have that way. Sometimes we end up losing ourselves along the way. We do. And it can be a very dark time, a dark place. So just give it that old college try. That's what I usually say to people. Never give up. Always follow your dreams. And if you're so passionate about something, don't give up on it. Because there were a couple times I wanted to really, really, truly give up on some stuff. So, yeah. So, I just hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you all again soon.